saying that a protein bar is unhealthy because it has bad ingredients is kind of like saying chicken is unhealthy because McDonald's chicken nuggets are bad for you. Simple steps to fat loss number 3 is to stop eating the snacks that you're eating and replace them with something that's going to help you lose weight quicker. So when I look at people eating snacks, often it's something like a little bag of chips or a candy bar, things like that you can easily throw into your bag and just snack on when you get hungry to hold you over from meal to meal. Now, let's take a look at why those things are bad and then what are some alternatives that's going to help you to stay satiated while losing weight, or more specifically losing fat. So potato chips, something I see a lot. You know, someone's hungry, you grab a little bag of chips, no big deal. You think, hey, this is only 160 calories, right? One of these little bags. But what are you getting with that? So we look at 160 calories, there's 10 grams of fat in that and hardly any protein, 2 grams of protein. And you're gonna hear me harp on protein a lot. You might think, what's the big deal with protein? You know, I thought it was calories in, calories out, which is true. But something to keep in mind is that calories in, calories out is gonna determine how much weight you lose. But the macros are gonna determine, and by macros, I mean protein, fat, and carb. It's gonna determine how you look, because we don't wanna just lose weight, we wanna lose fat. And if you're just eating fewer and fewer calories, but not eating enough protein, your body might be burning muscle along with the fat. And then your body composition is not gonna change much. It's gonna make your metabolism go down, which is not a good thing. We wanna maintain as much muscle as possible while losing fat. So higher in fat, 10 grams of fat. Every gram of fat has 9 calories versus every gram of protein only has 4. So you can quite literally have twice as much food for the same calories if it's higher in protein versus higher in fat. So how many times have you eaten a bag of these chips and you feel like you haven't eaten anything? For me, I could just keep eating more and more of these, and they make them that way because they taste good. They want you to buy more. But this is not going to keep you satiated. It's going to taste good, but in the end, it's just calories that you ate, but it's not doing much for you because there's hardly any protein. So if you're losing weight, we want to be losing fat, not just weight. Some other common things are like candy bars. So Snickers, let's take a look at this. Snickers, we have 250 calories per bar, right? So that's quite a lot. Total fat, 12 grams again, and then we see protein is only 4 grams. So not a whole lot of protein, but high in fat. And it tastes good, right? Let's take a look at one more thing. We've got Reese's. This one's only 210 calories, so not as bad. But again, 12 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, and then there's a lot of carbs in there. So ideally, when you're looking for a snack, you want something that's higher in protein. Just to compare, if you were to have something sweet and you were to have strawberries at the same 250 calories, you'd be eating over 1.5 pounds of strawberries. Now, I don't know if you've ever eaten that many, but that's a lot of strawberries and you're probably gonna feel a lot fuller. Same with blueberries. You'd have to eat almost a whole pound of blueberries in order to get the same amount of calories as a Snickers bar or one of these Reese's bars. And why is that? You know, people think, oh, I can't have sugar because it's bad for me, but it's not really the case. No one's getting fat off strawberries, blueberries, bananas, any kind of fruit, because you have to eat so much of it, but those are mostly sugar. They're natural sugars, but the difference between that and the candy bars and the chips is they have a lot of fat in them. So both of them have a lot of carbs, but there's a lot of fat added into these candy bars. So what do you want instead? You want to get protein. So obviously you can't just be throwing in, you know, 1 pound to 2 pounds of strawberries in your bag and carrying it around all day to tide you over between meals. So what I suggest you have is a protein bar that you carry with you. Now, hear me out. Like, I'm not sponsoring any specific protein bars. I have certain kinds I like and don't like, but I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, you know, protein bars aren't good for you. And ironically, a lot of the people that say that are already unhealthy and overweight. But saying that a protein bar is unhealthy because it has bad ingredients is kind of like saying chicken is unhealthy because McDonald's chicken nuggets are bad for you. There are all kinds of different protein bars, tons of different brands, more natural stuff, more with all kinds of artificial stuff in them. You just gotta find ones that work for you. Like, I have tried all kinds of protein bars. There are some that as soon as I eat them, within 10 minutes, my stomach starts gurgling and gets bloated and makes me gassy. And guess what? I don't eat those kind, but there are some that I like. So what to look for in a protein bar? The protein to calorie ratio. Typically, if you have 20 grams of protein, it's gonna be around 200 calories. Somewhere between 200 and 230 is a good range. Similar to the candy bars, and you think, well, you know, I thought it was calories in, calories out. I'm at 230 calories in a protein bar versus 160 calories in that bag of chips. Yeah, but the bag of chips is doing nothing for you really as far as being satiated or helping maintain muscle with the protein. The protein bar, you're getting 20 grams of protein because ideally you want to shoot for around your body weight in grams of protein per day. at the top end. So for me, I'm 185 pounds. If I was to eat just 3 meals a day, that's 60 to 65 grams of protein I'd need to get per meal to hit that goal. But if I'm having snacks in between, a 20 gram protein bar, 20 grams of protein with something else, that makes less that I need in each of my main meals. So you're having a higher volume of food, which is gonna help you feel more satiated, along with helping you hit those protein goals to build or maintain your muscle. And I really don't eat a ton of protein bars myself. Usually if I'm going out, my girls have gymnastics for 3 hours at a time, I'll throw it in my bag. So if I do start feeling hungry, that's something to eat between meals. Or sometimes instead of having dessert, I'll have a protein bar. There's a certain type I do like, Anna bars. They have more natural flavors. I don't have any discount codes. You can find them online for like 10 to 15% all the time. But those are higher because there's a little bit more sugar, honey, some peanut butter in them, closer to like the 280 to 300 calorie range, but there's still 20 grams of protein. And a lot of times, rather than having a piece of cake or some kind of dessert like that, I'll grab one of those because to me, they taste really good. And that's like a dessert that's also helping me hit those protein goals. So when it comes down to it, we don't want to just focus on weight loss. We want to focus on fat loss. And part of doing that is eating a little bit less fat and eating higher protein, because the less fat's gonna help cut down calories, the higher protein's gonna help you to build and maintain muscle, which is what you want, because as you lean down, you wanna keep the same muscle mass or even build it. It'll help your metabolism, help you feel healthier, and things will work a lot better for you. So let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Hit the like button. Got more of these videos coming soon, and I'll see you later. Wait, I'll see you soon.